Yeah, I would say the first 15, 20 minutes we started very well, to be honest. After 20, 25 minutes, we lost sometimes easily the ball, and then we lost also to control the game. This was the main part in the first half, but great reaction. And it's also not so easy then when you lost and when you had this performance last week against New England, then you concede the first goal, and after that was a very, very good reaction. Very good deep runs, very good box positions. How we scored the first goal, and then also the situation with this deep run with Dylan to go in the box with a lot of high numbers in the box. And yeah, second half I would also say it was okay. First 15, 20 minutes, then we had chances to finish the game with a third goal with some chances, which we had. And at the end, it's normal against a very good team with high quality, especially in the offensive line, then that you go a little bit more deeper. That was then the main part, the main problem in the second half, especially the last 50 minutes. But I would say at the end, we deserve it. I said, yeah, last week we deserve it to lose this game in New England, and today, for me, from my side, we deserve it as well to win this game today.
Next, we go to Luca.
Hi, Coach. Congrats on a big win. I just wanted to ask a bit about Omar Valencia tonight. I think he looked really good on both sides of the ball, gets the assist to Serge. He was out the past few weeks, so just curious what you've seen in his development the past few weeks and what you thought on a big performance for him tonight.
Yeah, great. He had 2-3 moments in the first half where we, as a whole team, struggled a little bit in some situations, but how we made the assist to our first goal with Serge was top. Very good deep run, and in the second half with his mentality always to defend forward against a very good player. It's also not so easy, but great development, great progress of him the last couple of weeks, and it's good now, and it gives him also then confidence when he's playing like today. And but the main part is we won this game today. That's important.
Next, we go to Michael.
Coach, a common theme that we've been hearing a lot this season is the team has struggled to close out games. Tonight against Chicago, second half, I think they had something like 9 shots against, 9 shots, and I think 5 on target. They were pushing to get that equalizer. Would you say the team controlled the game, or would you say that they struggled to, close it out and gave Chicago too many chances, against Carlos?
First of all, we have to look to the numbers of Chicago. I think they won all the games on the road. So, but I agree, we struggled the last 15, 20 minutes. But when you didn't finish the goal, when you didn't finish the game with the third goal, and we had these chances with Chupo, with Emil, some good moments where we were in the final third. Then, of course, with the quality, then more offensive players come in from Chicago. Then it's a little bit human. It's not good, but it's human, and this is what we have to improve then, always to step forward, to step out, to defend forward, and especially then, and I would say it's not only the defense behavior, it's more than our behavior after winning ball, to have our offensive transition moments, and I think this is the main part what we have to improve at the end.
Next, Anthony.
Coach, late in the game, Carlos Cornell came up with some very, very big saves. Can you speak a little bit about his performance in this game and how important it is to have somebody like that when the defense late in the game is a bit tired?
Yeah, it's always important to have a great goalkeeper, especially at the end when it's so close the game. And we had yesterday a short conversation on the training field. I criticized him and a little bit of the performance in the training session, but now his reaction, and he's so important for us, and he did it today very well. And also the whole season at the beginning, he made great saves. And you need, in these close games against a very good opponent, you need then, especially at the end, the goalkeeper, and he made it very well.
Next, we go to Vas.
Thank you for the time, Coach. Congratulations on that win. Can you talk about the formation change when you were closing out that match? It looks like you brought in Sean Nealis to try to solidify that 2-1 win and get the 3 points at home. And just the first few minutes for Victor Bogac tonight, what did you see from him?
From Victor Bogac?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not so easy to come then in last couple of minutes then when when the opponents when they make pressure and they have a lot of ball possession, then it's not so easy. So, but it's good to get minutes every weekend. And now he had today more minutes than last weekend. And the decision that we had some changes today with some new players in our starting lineup. It was not against Sean, was not against Haki or the other or Wiki. It was more to see also than Tim Parker on the field and in his organization and his communication. And for me, he did also very well job with Noah as a center back. And the reason why we changed the structure for this game today was that we have more players after transition and that we have also some players on the field now with more speed, especially deep runs behind the back four from Chicago, and that was the reason. And Serge, he did it last week, very good after the substitution, the whole second half so far as well, and this was the reason now. And now we have to think about what is the best solution next week in Orlando.
Next, go to Gary.
Speaking of Tim Parker, he had his first start tonight. How would you rate his performance? Because what I've seen in many occasions, he was very composed on the ball. And he put out a lot of fires before it became one, especially down the stretch, of course, when he made some saves. But how would you rate his performance overall tonight?
First of all, he's such a great person, such a great guy in our locker room, and with his mentality in every training session to try to give him to try to give the best, and this is what I have seen today in his performance. And it's also then for us, for the whole coaching staff, for me as a head coach, also important then to get a feeling for Tim Parker then also in 90 minutes or 95 minutes today, because when you are only looking to the training session, it's very well. And I said this in our pre-match meeting today to our guys, we need everyone. We need everyone, and this is the best example now that you have then to be ready when the time is coming in the starting lineup. And this was very good from Tim, and also Serge today, first game after this long-term injury in the starting lineup, and that's great. And but we have to do this and to keep going now for the next.
Next, go to Andres.
Congress coach, first a question. How do you see Carlos Coronel now being called to the Paraguay and playing in Paraguay? Here he's playing very nice. Do you tell what do you think about it? Like, they always call Carlos Coronel, but he never played over there. He never given the opportunity to play. What do you think about it?
Yeah, but what can I say now? I'm not. I can't say something about the national team at the end. This is a decision of the head coach from the national team. So, but what I can say is he brings his performance consistently last season and also this season. So, but at the end, it's not my decision. So this is what I can say.
Next, go to James.
Thanks, Sandro. You already spoke about Tim Parker and Serge Ngoma getting the start. Felipe Carballo also gets his first start. Dealt with some fitness issues earlier in the season. 76 minutes today. What did you think from his performance so far?
Yeah, it's the same. It's very important to come in the rhythm for the whole season. And after these injuries, we had some issues, especially at the beginning or in our preseason, with some injuries. But now it's my job at the end and also to bring all these players in the rhythm, because we can't play every weekend only with 13, 14 players. That's not possible. So, and now we have more options. That's important. And Cam Harper is coming back, Kyle Duncan, all these guys. Raheem Edwards, hopefully, is not so. Sometimes I'm thinking in German and I want to answer in German, but I have to answer in English. Hopefully he's coming back as quick as possible. But it's important, and also now that Felipe is coming in the rhythm, so it's good.
Everyone, we have time for 2 more questions, Coach. First, go to Daniel Rebane, and then we'll finish up with Daniel Florentine on Zoom.
Sandro, you guys have 10 out of 12 points to start the season at home. Just talk about your home form to start the season.
Yeah, but we have to look also how many points we collect on the road, and I see the big picture, and for sure the first 4 games now in our home stadium, it's good to collect 10 points, but now is the job also to collect on the road the points. And I was last week very angry about our performance, and now it was good. But now we have to continue. That's life, and now we have the chance next week on the road in Orlando, and also to collect points. That's our job.
And we'll finally go to Daniel Florenstein.
How grateful is it that you have not just two, but now three confident penalty kick takers? Once Lewis Morgan comes back from injury, along with Forsberg and Choupo-Moting, he's now 2 for 2 in the spot, and Emil's 1 for 1 on the spot. How gratifying is it that they've been confident at the spot, converting his chances for you?
Yeah, but only one player can shoot. That's also the rule. Yeah, it's great. It's great that all these guys, what you mentioned, that they have the confidence to take the penalty and also then to score. It's good. That's the quality of Choupo to take the responsibility. It's also to take the responsibility of Emil. But for me, it shows more the mentality of the whole group, to be honest, because I was also a player, and I had also sometimes an issue that sometimes it's trouble who's shooting now, but now they have a clear rule, and that's great. For me, this is more important, that these players with this quality, that they are not only looking for themselves, also to look to each other. And this is, for me, to be honest, as a head coach, is more important for sure. It's good that they score, but that we have this behavior on the field, that's great.
Para el primer gol. Bueno, la verdad me siento muy bien, ya que el profe me dio la oportunidad nuevamente y la supe aprovechar, entonces hay que seguir trabajando para lo que se viene. Sé que es un jugador joven, pero en cada partido estoy demostrando que tengo potencial para seguir jugando.
Cuéntanos un poquito sobre la línea de 4, ¿cómo puede ayudar eso al equipo y cómo te ayudó a ti en el desempeño del partido?
Bueno, la verdad me ayudó muy bien, ya que mis compañeros estábamos muy bien compactos en la parte defensiva, y la verdad que vamos a seguir trabajando con humildad, como siempre lo estamos haciendo.
¿Y cómo sentiste esa comunicación con Noah Isle, el Felipe Carvalho y también Mohamed Sofo en esa parte de la cancha, tratando de atacar lo que estaba haciendo el Chicago Fire?
Bueno, la verdad que ellos son unos jugadores muy top, la verdad que ellos me han ayudado bastante y la verdad que hicieron un buen partido hoy y ya seguir trabajando.
¿Y también puedes comentar en esa batalla contra Justin Reynolds, que estaban batallando durante todos esos 94 minutos en este partido?
Bueno, la verdad que esa es parte del partido, ¿no? Entonces, la verdad que hice el trabajo que el profe me pidió y nada, seguí trabajando.
Y últimamente, quizás, ¿qué palabras te dijo el técnico después de este partido, que tenías tu asistencia y podías asistir en esos 3 puntos hoy día?
Bueno, la verdad no me ha dicho nada, pero prácticamente me imagino que el lunes que entrenamos sí me dirá algo, pero la verdad que estoy contento, que yo sé que estoy pasando por un buen momento y aproveché esa oportunidad que el profe me está dando.
¿Cómo te ves de cara a la selección? Creo que has hecho un buen progreso de cara a la MLS este año. ¿Ves a la selección clasificando? ¿Cómo ves personalmente tú a la selección de cara al Mundial 2026, que faltan pocas fechas ya para finalizar?
Bueno, la verdad vamos paso a paso en la selección, ¿no? Ya que esperando mi oportunidad para aprovecharla, ¿no? Ya que me han convocado varios partidos, pero no ha tenido minutos. Entonces estoy trabajando para eso y ojalá que Dios primero se me dé la oportunidad para aprovecharla.
Okay.
Omar, ¿cómo estás? Te habla Walter Muñoz de W Sport TV. Dijiste algo muy importante, todo lo pones en Dios. Él te fortalece. El buen trabajo con el Red Bull te lleva a pensar que estás para mucho más, y ¿han hablado de pronto a la interna con el técnico de poder hacer una buena League Cup este verano?
Bueno, la verdad sí, la verdad que estamos preparados para todos los torneos que vienen, ¿no? Así que estamos mentalizados para los torneos que vienen y nada, el técnico sabe que todos tenemos potencial y entonces confía en nosotros y también nosotros confiamos en el técnico, que la verdad que está haciendo un excelente planteamiento y nada, seguir trabajando.
Last question.
¿Puedes comentar en la competencia en esa posición que tú estás jugando con Raheem Edwards y Marcelo Morales, y qué bueno te hace a usted como un jugador sacar lo mejor de usted y de ti?
Bueno, la verdad que es una competencia muy sana, ya que son mis compañeros y la verdad que son jugadores top. Entonces, yo soy un joven, vengo desde el segundo equipo y cada entrenamiento lo veo a ellos y tengo que aprender, ¿no? Que yo sé que me falta mucho por recorrer, entonces voy a seguir aprendiendo de ellos y seguir trabajando.
Sí, buenas noches. Felicidades por el triunfo aquí ante el equipo de Chicago. ¿Cómo te sientes al haber derrotado al equipo Chicago? Sabemos que estás contento, ¿no? Aquí te habla Willy, 11 Deportes de New York.
Bueno, la verdad me siento muy bien, ya que el grupo hoy tuvo un excelente partido, ahora toca contra Orlando hacer lo mismo que hicimos hoy, entonces nada, contento con el grupo porque la verdad que me han escogido de la mejor manera, ¿no? Entonces vamos a seguir dándole y dándole hasta que Dios primero sea el triunfo.
Yeah, so as everybody knows, like I've struggled with injury. It's not one thing, it's another. So it's been a long road, definitely, to get back to the point of starting, right? And it's a blessing, one, to just even play. But just thankful and proud of myself that the coaches had the faith to put me into the game and to start the match from the beginning. So, yeah.
Take us to that goal that, from your point of view, that they're going to equalize it from the great cross, and then you headed into goal. Take us through it in your mindset.
I just saw the space open, and Omar streaking down the left. So I just wanted to make sure that we had bodies in the box, and then I was fortunate enough to be in the position to put the ball in the back of the net.
So just curious, how do you approach starting a game versus coming on late and trying to make an impact? Instead, you're starting right at the 0-minute mark and trying to make an impact throughout the first 45, 60. We saw the whole game for you. So
it's the same. It's the same preparation. For starting from the beginning or coming off the bench, just wanting to be prepared at any moment, right? You want to be prepared at the first whistle, and then you want to be prepared when your jersey's put up to come into the game. So it's the same preparation.
How important has the support been from this coaching staff? Obviously, your injuries have covered a few coaches.
Yeah.
How important is it for Sandro to show the faith in you and to now have this start today?
Yeah, I mean, it's always important, I'd say. And I think that the club does a really good job and has done a really good job of sticking behind me and doing all that they can to make sure that I succeed, right, and that I come back healthy from these injuries. And that's a testament to the club. It's a testament to the physios, and then it's a testament to God first and foremost, and then to myself for the work that I put in. So. Yeah.
Serge, you're part of a contingent of young forwards breaking into this team, making an impact. Talented young forwards, yourself, Julian, Mohamed. Just how has that group been in training sessions, and how are you guys pushing each other?
It's always a competition. We had a bunch of players out. Now we have players coming in, or coming back from injury. So it's competition, and competition, breeds the best players, right? So I think it's great that we have that competition, and that we have a lot of young players, trying to break into the squad, and they have that hunger. So, yeah.
You got a couple of, appearances off the bench this season. And you've ramped up each game up to this point. What have you liked from your game this early in the season?
I'd say just staying calm, staying true to how I play. That's really it, to be honest. And then just thinking about the next game, right? How I can progress and be better than the last one. So.
All right. Any more questions? No?
On the opponent on the night, did Chicago do anything to surprise you guys from that opening whistle? Because the first goal, I feel like may have had some folks maybe thinking about last week, and the way that you guys responded was a testament to the hard work that you guys put into training and to recover from that game. So did they do anything to maybe surprise you guys on the night?
They played their game, all right, and we played ours. They're a great team, all right, and I'm sure they're going to have a good season. But to surprise us, I'm not really sure. I think we just played our game and stuck to our game plan. So, yeah.
But no, it felt really good. Overall, I'm just glad with the response we had in that first half after giving up the first goal. It was really good that we were able to respond quickly with the goal from Serge, and then obviously to get the penalty before the half was huge as well.
For you, what's the biggest difference when you're playing in a 3 at the back or a 4 at the back?
I mean, sometimes it's a little bit how our shifting works. I think with 5 in the back, we can be a little bit more aggressive in terms of where we go as center backs, and at 4 in the back, it's still the same principles at the same time. But Chicago plays a certain style that suited us just to play 4 in the back today.
Chicago really seemed to grow into the game, especially in the second half. What did you see from them that made them more difficult than what you dealt with in the first half?
Yeah, I think they were able to actually connect some of those combinations that they were looking to in the first half. They had a couple of good moments where they would play up to the 9, they would go back, and then they'd have a third runner running, which gave us a little bit of trouble. But ultimately, we were able to deal with it.
Tim, 3 wins, unbeaten in 4 matches at home so far this season. You're familiar with playing here from your previous stint with the club. Just how's it feel to keep getting wins at home?
Yeah, it's the best feeling. I think in this league, it's not always easy to win games. So when you're able to have these kind of results at home, that gives you a big boost, especially early in the season and as the season goes on.
Talk about how important it was to get this win tonight, especially after kind of a dud last week against New England.
Yeah, it was really important. I think we weren't happy with how we performed last week as a team, and we made that known in training this week, and especially after the game. And we had to make a statement tonight that we would have a response.
Tim, can you talk about the confidence that playing in front of or behind someone like Carlos Coronel who could keep you guys in the match, knowing that maybe if there's like a bit of a momentary lapse concentration, that he's going to come up big and kind of keep you guys in that match and try to secure those points?
Yeah, I mean, we rely on him a lot. Carlos, he's been a good goalie in this league for a while now. So he's made a lot of big saves for this team, and we rely on him to make those saves and be aggressive off his line as well. I think he did a really good job at one point tonight coming off his line to gather a ball, and those are the things we expect from him.
Can you talk about the partnership with Noah Isla and just how would you rate his performance today?
Yeah, I thought Noah was excellent. It's a growing partnership. I think we all of us center backs are learning to play with one another every day, and it's something that we try to interchange as much as we can, just that we're building all different relationships all over the time. But it was great. It was great. I was really happy for him today.
How is that center back room for you guys in training? Obviously, everybody can start on any given day. Just talk about those training sessions and the room in general.
Yeah, it's competitive for sure. Like you said, we all want to play. We all want to play. Not all of us can. So yeah, I mean, our job is to push each other. If you're not in the team sheet that week, then you're pushing the guys that are in you're pushing the guys that are starting that week. So I think we're understanding of our roles and know that when you get your chance, you have to be able to grab it.
Tim, there were a lot of fans online that were asking for you to play more games. Just what do you want to tell them? What do you want to tell the South Ward being back?
Yeah, keep saying it so that Sandro plays me more. No, I'm really happy. Like I said, coming back here was a long shot in my head, and when it actually came to fruition, I was really, really excited to come back, and I have a lot of fond memories here, a lot of winning memories as well, and I'm hoping to bring those too.